to the Paranormal Classroom, where we take attendance for the unexplained. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Lindsay, and we're two teacher moms talking about stuff that freaks us out. Welcome back.
We're back.
We're back. Remember us? I don't remember you.
I know. Lindsay's been gone for like 5 weeks.
It was a long time. I was gone for 39 days between, June 25th or something and August 16th.
And we haven't caught up at all because I partly wanted to catch it on the recording.
Yeah.
But also because I'm a terrible friend and I haven't
So I got back August 16th. Then August 23rd was my daughter's grad party.
Yep.
So we were trying to get our deck done and plan for the party and get food and drink and all that. And then we started work.
Immediately.
We both started work. I started work on August 19th.
I started like August 2nd because I had to do the presentation.
I
had to do the presentations for the teachers for back to school. So I was totally in the work zone while you were gone. And we're happy. We're happy to get back to the podcast. So welcome, scholars.
Yoo-hoo.
Let's learn something.
Let's try. Oh, goodness gracious.
What's haunting you?
Oh my gosh. Just not having a summer break was hard.
Yeah, I bet.
It was hard. Everything was good. I am not complaining one iota about my travels, but there was no rest.
You had no summer.
No, there was no rest. It was go, sun up to sundown, those 39 days. Yeah. So I'm very extroverted, but I still need my just sit and do nothing in a quiet room, maybe read a book.
Did you get that at all?
No.
That I wouldn't have had I wouldn't have been in a good mood.
No, I'm looking forward to winter break.
You gotta wait till winter break.
School just started. Gosh. But I'm not like some of the teachers. Like there were teachers rolling out of the parking lot we had 2 days of school, Wednesday, Thursday. No school, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No school Monday for Labor Day. On the second day of school, there's teachers rolling their windows down as they drive past me in the parking lot going, 179 days to go.
Oh, I hate that.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's great. Like the first 2 days were great. Now we don't have kindergartners yet.
Oh, they come next week. So if you can't tell from her
Talk to me again in
kindergartners are Lindsay's favorite grade to teach.
Them.
And actually is my favorite grade to teach. It really is. We're like total opposites.
Ugh. I like them a little bit, marginally better, starting in about December.
Yeah.
Every year I have to be reminded, this is normal. They're just
very
feral.
It's not the word I would use, but yeah.
They're feral.
They're very needy.
They don't think they need a gall dang thing except snacks. But there's a lot of whining and tattling and crying and squabbling and peeing. And so that's what's haunting me is just no rest. But we're off to the races and so far so good.
Yep. Me too.
How about you?
Me too. So far so good. I'm just realizing not only have I not heard from you for 5 weeks, but I haven't been able to tell anybody about my life for 5 weeks.
No, because I'm the only one who listens. Come on,
you're the only one.
Oh my golly!
No, I've been going through an autism diagnosis testing with my child.
That's still ongoing.
Oh, it's very time consuming, long, and expensive, but totally worth it.
Still involved. I thought we kind of gave up on that one for a little bit.
We did, and then she brought it up again and wanted to do it, and so I found someone who specializes in teenage female high masking.
Sweet.
So we could really get an answer and really kind of know what's going on. We don't have a diagnosis yet, but we're going through all. There's this. It's really intensive. Like when we get to the end of the process, I'm going to feel really confident that my daughter was thoroughly checked out because we've had just tons of tests and interviews and.
Well, that's good. That gives comfort.
Yeah.
I want you to have all the answers you need. I right now am just very nervous about how people with autism are being treated.
Yeah.
And
I am too.
Rounded up and cataloged and all the things. And
too. I know, but we're taking
how this plays out.
The risk. We're taking the risk because she wants to know. Also,
I wonder if they could just say, just for safety's sake, until administration changes, just to be okay, let's just say she is.
Yeah.
What would we do? How would life change?
It wouldn't change.
Then
if she has a diagnosis.
I think that would be
Because here's why it wouldn't change, because we already have fantastic therapies in place. We already have occupational therapy and things that she needs for the challenges that she's having.
Right. Okay.
So even whatever the diagnosis is, we feel pretty confident that we already have treatment. It's like we went backward. That's the most important part. We kind of went backward. But what a diagnosis will give also is just a little protection for accommodations on paper for college.
Yes. Yes, and if this were
and an HR
2 years ago, I would have absolutely no hesitation. I'd be like, absolutely, get it done, lock it down. But I'm so nervous about the intentions behind our current government in knowing neurodivergence.
But it's done. It's done. She wants to know.
Okay.
She also wants to go study in France, so maybe it'll be fine because she'll just go to France and stay there.
Well, for a year. Yikes.
Yeah, well,
good. I hope she gets what she is looking for out of it, like that peace of mind or closure or whatever she's looking for.
But fascinating process, and I'm going through all the interviews with her and paperwork with her because they ask me for everything from when she was young,
even though she's over 13.
Mm-hmm. So I have to. Cool. Well, she does a ton of questionnaires, and then I do a ton of questionnaires, and as I'm going through the process, like I don't know if anyone out there has been through this and they can relate, but it's like so eye-opening for your own self.
Yes, you're like, ooh,
wait a minute. The questions they ask, I'm like, ooh, this is really affecting my life in a serious way. Some of these things, and I'm like,
give me an example.
Oh, it's a lot of the ADHD stuff for me. So, and you like rank these little symptoms on how severe they affect your life.
Okay, like how handicapping are they to you daily?
And you kind of rank them on a spectrum, and I'm going through this test for her, but I'm also thinking, gosh, for me, I would be like way over here. I'd be way over here. This is really debilitating. This is really challenging.
Right. I remember doing that with my child too, of like, ooh, who's taking this assessment right now? I have to make sure I'm separating my own feelings about myself and my feelings about that child.
I know. And then she had to do this puzzle, and she did all these tests, and I don't know what any of them mean. They didn't tell us in or after, but she's putting this puzzle together that is impossible to do symmetrically. So she puts this puzzle in front of my daughter, and it's a small puzzle, and you can tell from the pieces that there's no way to put them together that makes it symmetrical, like with color and shape and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there like gripping the table because I was so stressed out looking at this puzzle that can't be.
Interesting. Yeah, I would be excited.
No, I was like, oh, it's stressing me out, and like the doctor.
Interesting.
Yeah, the doctor's
like, your daughter's fine, but I'd like to see you for another hour.
Like right on the early beginning, one of the things she looked me in the eye and she was like, it's genetic, right? And
right, I remember you saying that. You're like, yes, as are most things.
But I've been telling coworkers and friends, and I get this. The way they react is like kind of with sympathy, which is probably a normal response. But I just for everyone to know, like, this is a really positive experience.
Absolutely,
for my daughter. She really wants answers. The only reason
I'm nervous is just because of RFK in office. There's nothing else. I think it's a celebration of neurodivergence. I think it's so good to be able to wave whatever flag you feel identify with. Yeah. And confidently, proudly. And then it just gives like credence to anytime you have felt othered, suddenly that it's you're not othered, you're just in a different group of others. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yes, and it helps like it will just give her that validation or just knowledge of herself to know what she needs, how to advocate for herself, where to like find her people,
Yep.
She's whatever the diagnosis is, she's looking forward to having just it knowing what's going on.
Do you think she'll accept if it's no, you're not?
I think she will, but the doctor's already kind of alluded to her having a lot of the markers. So
interesting.
Mm-hmm. But whatever's going on with her, occupational therapy has been life-changing for us.
Really?
So
that's awesome.
This is my like plug for anybody going through something. So occupational therapy is amazing.
So at school they just primarily do like handwriting with them. So what is she doing with them?
Well, they found out that she has all these like issues with her. It's called a proprioceptive. Like, I never heard of it either, but it has to do with like how she can sense her body in space, which we learned about on the telepathy tapes.
Yes.
So she has some deficits with kind of understanding
she does.
Where her body is, and she moves different. She's not very coordinated. that's one of the things they work on. And then the other things they work on with her are like executive function things, and possibly she may have ADHD also.
Sure.
It's kind of common for them to come together.
Yep.
And social skills. And so, but these are all coming
They cover
from her.
all of that in OT.
Because she asked. So they identified things that like the proprioceptive and vestibular issues.
Okay.
But then my daughter also was like, here are things that I have trouble with in life. I have trouble like making friends, keeping friends, all these. Like,
so awesome.
And so they designed, because she's older, so she has all the language for it now.
Yeah.
But they designed a plan for her, with her, that it's so cool. I want occupational. All of us should have.
We should all have it, right?
But anyway, I feel like I just totally ranted. We're like 15 minutes in, so
that's okay.
We'll cut anything you want.
But I think that's really cool, though. If there's a lot of people who can identify themselves. Oh, there's a mosquito in here. Identify themselves with neurodivergence in that adventure quest, and also may have loved ones of their own that can identify with it, or they can identify vicariously. So, good luck.
Yeah, thank you. I brought something fun I've been dying to try with you.
Okay, it's a game. You said an app on your phone.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet.
It doesn't involve singing, does it?
No.
Because you'll win.
Well, no. But give me something.
Well, no.
Give me something to say, like a phrase.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Okay. That's kind of long, but we're going to try it.
All right.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Okay, I'm going to play it in reverse. You need to listen to how it sounds in reverse, and then you're going to try to say it. And we'll see if you get it right. Yeah.
That was banana.
Do you want to do it easier?
Yeah, let's try like banana.
Okay. Banana. Banana.
Banana.
You want to hear it one more time, and then I'm going to record you doing it?
Okay, yes. Okay. Ready? Banana.
Banana. Wait, I gotta play it in reverse. Banana.
Yay! That's hilarious.
Awesome.
That's so funny. Let's do another one. Let's do let's do taco cat.
What? Okay, ready? Stash Woodcott. Taco cat.
I just peed my pants a little. Don't worry, I have like 3 layers of clothes
I
on.
knew you would love this.
That's so funny. We've got to turn that into a board game. That's amazing. Oh, that's funny. There's got to be some use. Of course, the educator hat goes on, and I'm like, how could they use that in speech therapy? How could they use that for like, do you hear how you're not making the buh clearly enough? Poor kid will be like, I'm trying. Nope.
I want to put in, there's that Missy Elliott song that's like, it's your feminine flip. Yep, come on. It's your
absolutely.
I don't know what she says. I've always wondered if we put it in this.
Let's find out
what she says.
Okay, we're gonna do it. Let's find it. I'll find the song. It's Missy Elliott, "Work It," I think is what it's called.
I hope it's not something dirty. We'll find out.
We'll find out. It's gonna be more fun if it is.
This is 20 minutes. We're at the 20-minute mark. Amanda and Lindsay, not podcasting.
Right? We are podcasting. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward. Okay, ready?
Yeah, that's what I want. So go back and pause it.
All right. So we go right here. Are
Ready?
You ready?
Ah! Go. Okay, ready to hear it?
Yes.
No way! She's saying.
I feel like we just had a religious experience.
Put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Which is what she says in Like,
I have goosebumps. I never
I
knew.
did too. We just had a religious experience with Missy Elliott.
How many years of our lives have we been wondering what?
Oh my God! I thought it was.
What year did that song come out?
But if we look at it, I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Well, we could have just looked at the lyrics.
But we never did because we didn't have lyrics right back then.
Yeah.
We were just like, "It's your firmament from there, and now we know.
Wait, I want to see if I can do it.
All of our 90s, early 2000s.
It's your feminine flip. Yep, come on. Okay, that's what I feel like it sounds like.
The reverse part is good.
All right.
That
Thank you for doing that.
Was amazing, and I feel rejuvenated. Okay,
Where's
so
my wallet? Oh, it's
how all of our conversations end. Where's my wallet? Only we just got started. Oh God. Oh, I did definitely pee my pants.
I think you should put this whole thing in and just apologize. Like the title should just be "We're so sorry."
We put it in backwards.
We haven't seen each other in 5 weeks.
How do you say "I'm sorry" in reverse?
Well, we want to try.
We gotta find it. That's the title of this episode. I'm so sorry. We're so sorry. In
Get
reverse.
ready to say it.
We're so sorry. Oh my God. I'll just put it in backwards letters. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my golly jeepers. Okay.
If anyone has made it this far without turning off the podcast, find us.
You are our
best friend. Find us.
We're your people. Okay, should we jump in?
Yeah, I can't wait.
So I just tell you a rogue, very brief abbreviated itinerary for what I did, and then
Okay.
if you have any questions, feel free at any time. But I do have a specific story based on one place that I went.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's see. So the bulk of my summer was spent in Europe. After I left Washington, D.C., my family and I went to Europe. We went to Iceland. We were in Iceland for about 4 days. And then we went to Scotland. We were in Scotland for the longest chunk, about a week. And we started in Glasgow, drove to Edinburgh, drove up through all of Inverness, Loch Ness, the cairns, Outlander land, all of that. Then we flew to Belfast, Ireland, drove down to Dublin, and then flew to London for the last 4 days. So we were gone for... Europe part was July 29th to August 16th. It was a good trip. So that's the sort of the gist of it. I would say Scotland, in my opinion, I haven't been to every country in the world, but Scotland, in my opinion right now, is the most beautiful place in the world.
Cool.
And everybody who's looking for, in the summertime, I hear it's pretty miserable in the winter, but in the summertime, summer months, it's glorious.
Did they really have a unicorn on their flag?
Yes.
Like you thought? That's
yes,
so
there's
cool.
unicorns everywhere.
Oh.
Everywhere. And then that's their national animal. Really is the unicorn. And I took pictures of it every time I saw it. And then I would say the most two surprising things about the countries. One, Iceland is incredible. Incredible. We get off the plane, we get our rental car, we're driving down the road, and we're like, that's lava. Dried black, the layers of bubbly looking lava right up against the road. And then we're like, wait a minute, what's that? And it was an active volcano right off the side of the road, spewing hot red lava, magma right there.
That didn't scare you?
No,
scary.
It's normal. That's just normal. The whole country, the whole island nation is geothermic. It's volcanically erupting all the time.
Wow.
Banana nuts. It was amazing. Iceland is fantastic for so many reasons. So everybody go to Iceland, but go again in the summertime, because the highest or the nicest part of the year, the sunniest part of the year, warmest part of the year is July, and it was a high of 55.
Oh, that's my dream.
I know.
World.
I kept thinking this is Amanda's dreamland. There's cats everywhere.
Oh, I was already sold before. Now it's
and they have rainbow flags everywhere.
Oh my god.
They have a rainbow road right down the middle of Reykjavik. There's the country uses they produce 99% of their energy geothermically. The other 1% is gas and oil that they import for their cars.
Amazing.
They do eat a lot of fish.
Okay, that's okay. I like
because,
fish.
it's an island
Yeah.
nation. So a lot of fish and chips. A lot more diversity than I thought. Like, we had Indian food, and we had, like, served by people from India.
Yeah.
But, you know, in the UK and Iceland, you can't get Mexican food. We really missed Mexican food.
Oh, that's so sad. It's so delicious.
Yeah, we're so spoiled here.
Uh-huh.
So,
Well, do they have something else that's like, do they have a lot more? What's nearby? Italian, German, that kind of
No.
food? What
no, because here we can get anything, right? We can, if we want Pakistani food, we get Pakistani food. We want Indian food, we can get Indian food. We want Chinese food, we can get Chinese
everything
food.
here, which is wonderful.
And then some, right? They're pretty limited as far as I could tell. Like, it was a lot of the British food, the English, the UK food, and then you could get, like, Indian, Pakistani, Chinese. You could get Papa John's if you wanted.
Did they have, like, I'm assuming they had McDonald's? Did they have Subway?
But their McDonald's is different. So they have laws there with that for a lot less sugar content in things.
That's nice.
So
why don't we have that? Yeah.
Yes. So, and so their candy is not like, their Sour Patch Kids were amazing. They were like thicker, like softer,
cool.
And they still were Sour Patch Kids, but they didn't like melt the taste buds off your tongue. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yep. And then they had, their dyes were natural dyes.
Oh, sounds
and
so
then
lovely.
The sodas are better.
That.
They have less sugar in their sodas. The McDonald's was much healthier tasting. They had more variety of options for things. Even just at the walk-up McDonald's, like tiny little hole-in-the-wall gas station McDonald's had a lot more to choose from, I thought. Or different options that we don't have here. Yeah, so it was a great trip, though. I highly recommend it. If you can get to those places, get to those places. And my kids were not impressed with London, which I thought was riotous, because I thought that would be their favorite. We were on Tower Hill, so we were walking distance to the Tower of London and the Tower Bridge.
Cool.
It was cool. It was very cool. But I made the mistake one night in Glasgow, our first night in Scotland. So we'd spent 4 nights in Iceland, and we were in the UK now. First night in Scotland. And we walk into our room, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this little hotel deal has to be haunted. Well, I made the mistake of Googling, is blank hotel haunted? The Argyle Hotel in Glasgow, Scotland. Sure enough, sure is. Little boy goes seen frequently, all these things. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm not sleeping tonight. So I vowed to not do that.
What gave you that vibe? It sounds like you had a vibe just like walking in there.
Walk into the room. First of all, it's one of these places that you could tell used to be a single home, but they've converted it to be a hotel. So it feels like disjointed and weird. Like in a hotel that's meant to be a hotel, you go into a door, you go up an elevator. There's, parallel floors, right? And they all look the same. Not in a hotel that's been converted from like an old apartment building or something. Or an old home. It was like all these windy little tiny little weird little hallways. So it's Argyll.
Oh, okay.
And it's in Glasgow. And there's the Argyle Hotel, and that's the one we stayed at right there.
Okay.
And it's where the University of Glasgow is, which is wildly beautiful, fascinating, castle-y. That was our kids' first sort of glimpse of in person of like a castle looking building. Neat. And it is old.
Neat.
So that was cool. But I didn't Google any other place that we stayed at while we were there because I really didn't want to know. Okay, so we stayed.
Did you have these cute?
Yes, but they were red. So we stayed in a room that had, like, that might be it actually.
So I'm looking at a picture that has like the Scottish kilt fabric, that like checkered.
The red tartan is what it's called.
All over the room. It's really cute.
I'm trying to find the exact room because see how they all look different?
Yeah, it does look like a house converted. I can see what you mean.
This was our room, I think. Yes, this was our room. So, no, it's too small. It had 4 beds in it, which was kind of funny. 4 beds
in one room?
Yeah, 4 twins.
That's interesting.
So it was 3 twins and a double. And it ended up being that my husband was in the middle of the room, which was the double. I was in a twin. I started out in the double with him, and a double is just too small for us. We're so spoiled here with
a king bed,
big giant beds. Yeah. I can't find the exact room there, but you're getting the gist. It had that red Argyle.
Uh-huh. It's cool.
And then I took a twin bed. And in Europe, nobody has air conditioning.
No,
There's no air conditioning. Partly because global climate change, right? It's getting hotter and hotter. It was 90 degrees in London.
Ugh.
And also older buildings, it's very expensive to convert their HVAC systems in an old building. And thirdly, some of them aren't allowed to because if it interrupts the historical facade of the building, they can't. So I bought one of those like handheld fans.
Fan doesn't do it. It doesn't do it.
Oh my god, but it helped. It allowed me to sleep.
Okay.
Because otherwise I would not have been able to sleep. So I would just sleep with like the sheet over me and the fan on and the windows open. So then you hear the traffic, you hear people, whatever. But I was like, it's fine. We took a lot of like Unisom to help us sleep.
Gosh.
And plus after busy days, we were just exhausted. But anyway, so
did anything happen in this hotel?
No, I slept with earplugs and eye mask and Unisom because I didn't want to know.
You just did not want to wake up and see like a little boy ghost.
In his little like sailor suit or whatever. Like no thank you. But I am curious to go back now and like Google all the places that we were.
Yeah.
Like, hey, was anything weird there? And I never felt, in any of the places we stayed, I never felt creeped out or like, oh, I don't want to go in the bathroom and close the door because I feel like I'm going to be stuck in there with something. Or I do want to close the door because I don't want something watching me or anything like that. I never felt skeezed out, creeped out or anything. Yeah. By anywhere that we went except one castle. One castle gave me some heebie-jeebies.
What castle was it?
It was the Linlithgow, Linlithgow, Linlithgow Castle, and it's has history with Mary Queen of Scots.
Well, it's gorgeous, but yeah, it looks really old.
And the creepy thing that happened there was we went down into like the basement area, which had the prison, and we went down, and all of a sudden we're like, and there's like a fireplace, old, like just a hole in the wall where a fireplace once had been, and there were baby pigeons. There was a nest of pigeons. And that was another phenomenon. Like anywhere you went, I kept thinking, if this were in the United States, ... At that castle, we drove right up to the the gate, like the front of the castle, and parked right in front of it. Wow. Here you would have like, acres away, you would park in a huge parking lot, and you might be like shuttled up to it. Yeah. Right? There'd be security, there'd be different things. There was nothing. You drove right up to it, you walked in, you paid £5 per person to go in, and then you could touch whatever. Like, it was so bizarre. And if it was the United States and there's a nest of pigeons in a fireplace, the docents or whatever would get that out of there. Right. No, there's like, it was there first. Like, I loved it. I love that there's not this sense of like, somebody might sue us. If somebody gets hurt or somebody gets offended or if somebody gets creeped out or scared, they might sue us. Like, that doesn't exist there. That's not part of culture.
Oh, it sounds lovely.
It's awesome. It's just different. But they have Costco. Oh. We didn't go. I would love to go in. We just didn't have time. But I'd love to go into a Costco in a different country and just see what they offer. Yeah. But we didn't make time for that. But I wish we had. It'd be interesting. Okay. Any questions?
No. I'm glad you went, and I'm glad you had
I have presents for you.
Presents!
Now, I got to remember what I did with them because I started using this backpack for school. So I must have put some of them somewhere, quote-unquote, safe, which means I'll find them in time for next Christmas. But for what I do know, I have one in here because it was on my nightstand this morning and I put it in my backpack. So close your eyes. These I got at Stonehenge and I just saw them and I thought, well, that would be fun to let her try that. So you can open your eyes. These are fizzy jelly candies. These key-shaped things are everywhere there. Why? Key-shaped sour chewy like candy.
Key? What is they look delicious, by the way. Thank you.
I don't know.
I wonder what the key symbolism is around the...
I don't know. But they're from Stonehenge.
I mean, because it kind of reminds me of like doorways, right? The Stonehenge looks
like
But
they had them at every like gas station. Like, that's the shape of their... Like, we have gummy worms. Yeah, they have these like gummy like loops with a...
It's like stick. It's almost like the female symbol, but it's not really. It's just the stick. Or the male symbol. Like you
a
see
letter
on the back.
O with a stick coming off the bottom.
Yeah.
And I haven't tried them, but I hear they're delicioso.
Delicious. Thank you for the fizzy jellies.
Of
They're gonna
course.
fizz. Are they gonna fizz in my mouth like?
I'm hoping so. They better.
Pop, pop.
Oh, like Pop Rocks? I don't
Pop
know if
Rocks.
they'll do that. And then I have a few other little things for you, but I have a couple things for you from the British Museum.
Neat.
Where I saw all kinds of crazy stuff, including the Rosetta Stone.
You saw it. We did an episode on the Rosetta Stone.
Yes, Rosetta Stone. I took my picture in front of it for proof.
Yeah, I looked at those pictures you posted. They were amazing.
And mummies. Like, I went and saw all the things that are controversial that they have that are like, give them back. They have rooms upon rooms of mummies. Rooms upon rooms of ruins from the Parthenon. Sculptures and chunks of wall. And I'm like, did they leave? I actually asked a guard in one place. I said, guard, whatever they are. They're not really guards, but they're there. I said, did they leave anything behind at the Parthenon in Greece?
Gosh.
It's gross. It's really gross how British colonialism, like, they're just going to just take it. Just take all of it and put it on display in England. It's really bizarre. I mean, I know the U.S. does similarly with indigenous cultures and stuff like that. But it's like, we know better now. Give it back.
Yeah.
We know where this came
kind of the debate,
from.
right? I think I've seen that come up in the news.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Rapa Nui, they're from Easter Island. The big headstones to heads. They've got one of those.
Oh my
It's like, give it back. Give it back. We know where it came from.
I'm surprised they aren't giving it back because to me they seem so much more. I guess woke is the word, but like so much. Oh no,
because it's very much. I mean, it is. It's definitely colonialism. I mean, the number one most celebrated holiday in the world is Independence Day, because of England.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Different days, right?
Yes.
But it's their independence from England days.
Wow.
Not wild?
Yeah.
More than Christmas. Anyway, so I do have a couple of stories, and I picked one. Thank you for holding my beverage. For today, we're heading beneath the cobbled streets of Edinburgh, Scotland.
Yay!
It looks like Edinburgh or Edinburgh, but it's Edinburgh. Into the dark, hidden vaults where whispers of plague, poverty, and poltergeists still linger.
Woohoo!
So we did the underground ghost tour of Edinburgh, Scotland.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. So, Edinburgh is often called the most haunted city in the world. It is, you can feel it. But in a good way. Like, you get into that city and of course we were also there for Fringe Fest. It is palpable. The history is palpable. The old is palpable. The stories, the spiritual energy, like, it is, to me, in my opinion, my experience, everywhere. Thick, but in a great way. It is just phenomenal. So, but what makes the Edinburgh Underground so chilling is the history, particularly the history of the South Bridge vaults, the ghost stories that haunt them, and why these legends endure. Have you heard of, like,
this vault?
The Edinburgh Underground or the South Bridge, the vaults?
No, nothing about it.
I hadn't either. I mean,
a lot of big cities have like an underground tour or a ghost tour.
Yes. So the South Bridge obviously was at the south end of Edinburgh. And Edinburgh is a fortified city. So the whole thing is basically like castle grounds.
Oh, neat.
Essentially. Not the whole city, but this one area of downtown, right? So where the Edinburgh Castle is, which is also phenomenal, and we did a tour of that. And the South Bridge was at this one end of the town, if I'm recalling correctly, and the south end even. And one of the funny stories is that when they built it, they had promised this notable old woman that she would be the first to cross it. Would you please be the honorary first person to cross the bridge?
And the bridge broke as she's walking across.
No, she died before they could open the bridge.
Oh, no.
But they had promised her that she would be the first. So they took her dead body across the bridge first. But since then, it's been said to be cursed.
Oh, that's too bad. Whatever happened.
Yeah. So,
but they were just honoring a promise. So
yeah, there's some other things that go down
Okay.
that might lend credence to a curse. So, centuries of suffering are said to be sealed away beneath the city. And let's descend and find out. So we get down there. It is, again, it was one of those things that was like antithetical to how an American tour would go. There's no conversation about, hey, how are everybody's knees? We're going to be going up and down wrought iron spiral staircases underground. I'm going to ask that you not use your flashlights on your phone. It's musty. It's dank. I could be a serial killer and you've all paid me to take you down here to murder you. Like, I didn't sign anything. I didn't have any sort of like warning about it. It was just like, we're doing this thing. You in? Cool. Okay, let's go. And so we go down and I'm like, well, okay, my knees, that's a whole other saga. But we go down there and you go literally down these metal steps down underneath. And he starts to explain that in the greatest times of poverty in the city, the poorest of people would clamber underneath the city and live because you couldn't afford to live in the city itself. The city was running with sewage because you just dumped it out your window at medieval times, right? So people would live under the city, and then all of the insidious things you could imagine, the abuses that would happen under there, and then it was just bad news. So people died, and people were kept as prisoners or as prostitutes that was the word they used then, or children were enslaved, or all kinds of horrible things. And so there's a lot of potentially trapped energy down there. In the late 1700s, Edinburgh, so flashing forward a little bit, Edinburgh was booming. The city needed more space, so builders tore down the South Bridge, an 18-arch bridge that quickly became lined with shops and businesses. But beneath the bridge, hidden away, lay a labyrinth of underground vaults they didn't even know were there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Rooms carved from stone and sealed behind walls. So our very first spot second stop that we went to was just like this big, rounded cave, but it was, human-made. And they had done some archaeological digging and discovering that it must have been a tavern at one point, like an underground tavern. Yeah. At first, they served as storage for merchants, but it wasn't long before the wealthy abandoned them. They were damp, poorly ventilated, and leaked whenever it rained. And so the poor moved in. Families, taverns, cobblers, and yes, criminals. Hundreds of people crammed into dark stone chambers without sunlight, sanitation, or fresh air.
Oh my gosh, this needs to be like a show. I could see this being like a Netflix story that takes place down in this world.
Let's write it. Let's add it to the list. Trademark. Disease ran rampant. Typhoid, cholera, plague. Many people lived and died in these vaults, leaving their pain etched into the walls. By the mid-1800s, conditions were so bad the city sealed the vaults shut. They were like, man, let's just seal it up and pretend that didn't happen.
With the people in there?
I don't think so. But for nearly a century, they were forgotten until the 1980s when they were rediscovered. And with rediscovery came stories of something lingering. So the poorest people ended up living underground. The wealthy stayed above. And that's pretty telling of how society operated in the 1800s. Yeah. All right, so tour guides and visitors agree. The vaults, and I am one of these tourists, I 100% agree. They are heavy with atmosphere. Some might claim it's more than just history. One of the most notorious spirits is known as Mr. Boots, and our tour guide talked about Mr. Boots. He's said to be an aggressive presence who stomps around the vaults. Some visitors report hearing loud footsteps behind them. Others have been shoved or scratched by unseen hands. Guides say he doesn't like strangers in his space.
Too bad people are probably there every night, right?
So we're in that room, and I'm getting little goosebumps right now. I'm going to lock the doors. Not that Mr. Boots is going to come get me, but I'm a little creeped out. So we're in this tavern-y kind of room, right? So picture it's really dark. You could see the silhouettes of each other, but that's not really much detail.
Oh.
And there is a lamp attached, like a modern day electricity that they've put in, but just one lamp attached to the wall at the very back. So the back wall is like a lit in an orangey glow, but the rest is really dark. But it kind of projects our shadows sort of onto the opposite wall, and we're kind of in the middle of the room. And we're in a circle. And my kids are standing next to me, and all of a sudden my daughter is like, she kind of does this like side movement, like she's looking at something on the wall, not the orange wall, but the opposite wall. And then I see my son kind of look too, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me right now. But we're just listening to the guide, and he's talking about how some people, he's talking about Mr. Boots, and then he's talking about how some people get faint in here, feel lightheaded, feel nauseated. And this woman, who's like, she was there with her partner, and they were in their mid-20s maybe. He was a big guy. He looked like a model. And she was beautiful too. Blonde, beautiful young woman. And she's like, I don't know that I really believe what you're saying, but I feel like I'm about to pass out.
Whoa.
And she has to like sit down on the dirty, filthy ground. And my daughter had a water bottle, and so she was like, do you want some water? So she gave her water, and the lady was really grateful. And she's like, I pass out a lot. And I'm thinking, there's no reason to pass out right now. Like, it's not hot down here. It was just weird. And she felt weird. She stuck with it though. But again, if that happened in the US, tour over, stopped, we're getting her medical attention. Yeah. Nope, not there. The tour guide was like, let me know how you're doing. And he keeps going. Like, he doesn't offer her water. He doesn't check on her again, period. Not at all. But it's just not necessary. It's like, she's a grown up. The rest of us, like, we're grown-ups, essentially. My kids were the youngest ones on the tour. They can handle their own. If she didn't feel good, she'd just say, I don't feel good, I gotta get out of here. And then we would deal with that. Like, there isn't this assumption that things are wrong. I just liked it. Anyway, so there's another spirit. We may have seen Mr. Boots in that room when we were there. My kids may have, or the shadow of. Another spirit is the Watcher. A tall, dark shadow figure, often seen standing silently in corners. Some describe feeling his gaze, cold and unwelcoming, as though warning them to leave. And then there are the children. Tourists and guides often report the sounds of laughter, faint crying, or tiny footsteps. Some even leave toys behind as offerings. Sometimes the toys move on their own. Whether these spirits are echoes of the suffering poor or simply products of imagination, the stories are powerful. He did tell us some pretty incredible stories about how children born into poverty would be like stolen and sold to people above ground who couldn't have children.
Oh my gosh.
And so, but then so many more died down below because of sickness.
It was almost like a good thing to get stolen, because you could have a healthier life up above.
Mm-hmm. But could you imagine being the mother of, like, I can't even imagine. It's not like they had birth control then. Like, and a lot of the women it was something like 1 in 4, 1 in 5 women were selling themselves to make a living of any kind because there wasn't any other option for women.
Wow.
So, of course, pregnancies are going to come out of that. And it's so sad. So sad, and yet I totally empathize with them, you know. Any questions so far or wonderings?
No. But, did you go to more than just the tavern place underground? Did you really, like, check out where they were living? And
there was one place that was like, it just kept going down and down. It was like, how far down are we?
And this was all like dug out? Like the people dug and to just make
it started out as like warehouse, like storage, like where they would store barrels. Because they found barrels, they found bones, they found like rat bones, they found little dog bones, they found earthenware, stuff like that indicated clearly people were living down here. And so they started out as storehouses for the shops and things. But then once that stopped, those closed, then they became the underground of like where people were forced to live.
World, that's so crazy.
Yeah. So, very strange. Okay, so skepticism versus belief. Of course, not everyone believes in the ghosts of the vaults. Psychologists point out that darkness, cramped spaces, and suggestive tour guides can trick the mind. When we expect fear, our brains often supply it. Archaeologists note that the stone walls create strange echoes, drafts from hidden tunnels can make the air suddenly cold, and when you're deep underground, every sound carries. So we're standing in that, we were in that tavern room for a long time because that woman was feeling lightheaded and sitting on the ground for a long time, so he told most of the stories there. And all of a sudden we hear singing. A woman singing. I kid you not. And our guide stops and he's like, at first it was just like a squeaky, and he's like, did you guys hear that? And I'm thinking, he's messing with us.
Yeah.
Right? And then we heard it and we're like, what? And then it got a little louder and was very clearly a woman singing. And then we all go, including the guy, we're like, oh, on the other side, there was a theater, an old theater. And because it was Fringe Fest, there aren't usually live performers there.
Oh,
but there were. So it was a theatrical performance going on, or someone warming up in a green room or something. So that was pretty funny. But I have a couple of ghost apps on my phone.
Oh, fun.
One is for, it's, oh my gosh, I just lost the term.
EMF?
Where it plays white noise.
And then words come out.
And words come out of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it said, and I think I saved it. Let me find it here, because it was so active. I'd been using it everywhere we went, and it was by far the most active in this place. Tour.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it was this one, I think.
Does it say it out loud? Like, was it bothering the people around you?
It does, but I have it silent, and you can just see it pop up. But I want to pull up previous lists. Okay. So let me get back to where... These are all the words I caught on our trip.
Wow.
It was... Okay, so it started with... I think it started... Let's see. 8-4... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, okay. I don't know what... The first word was right. W-R-I-T-E. We hear singing. Performance.
And then performance comes up.
Then other things that I wasn't paying attention. Spoon, contrast, regime, tomb. So we're talking about like all the people who died here. Tomb comes up. Crowd, pay, metal, pride, run, McKenna, which is a Scottish name.
Wow.
Drawing, support, quarantines, considerably, sleeve. This was when he was talking about this shirt and this vest that they have hanging up framed on the wall as supposedly belonging to somebody famous, but he's like, it's not, it's a mock-up. And it said sleeve. Breeze.
Could it be I mean, could your thing be programmed to like listen like Alexa does to what people are saying, and then run it through a bank of like similar words, and then show the word to you just to be like, to get you hooked, you know?
Maybe, but it will run things in silence. So words will come up when because I've tried to be very nonchalant about having this, because we're in museums and we're in different places, like different crypts and things.
Yeah.
I don't want people to see me like, and the kids were really embarrassed by my ghost hunting. And so I'm like, I wouldn't say anything. So I don't know. Oh, one was shit. Ready. I mean, that was the last one was ready, but this was, he was talking about, shit came up with, when he was talking about this one guy got caught stealing something or doing something, and it just pops up, shit. I was dying. So it was very active on that little, like, 2-hour tour.
You have a ton of words right there.
Whereas other things, it was like, other things that we had done were not that.
Crawling.
That was the day before. I can't remember where we were. Ellie. It always is weird when it gives me a name.
Yeah.
Ellie, where were we then? On July 31st. July 31st, I was somewhere where we got the word Ellie. I'm trying to think where we were. Tiered apartments. Oh, so that was in Iceland. Where were we? Where is it, Ellie? I don't even remember now. Somewhere in Iceland.
Nifty little app, though. What's the other app you have?
The other one is fun, and I never got anything interesting on it. Almost, I thought maybe I was in Bath.
Oh, I love this stuff.
This is the ghost tube where it gives you, like, the stick figures.
The stick figure things are crazy to me. Like, how does
But it will pick up things based on, like, just the shape. So, like, the lamp out there is trying to make... So you have to really be discerning with it. But it does pick up, like, you can point it toward me and it'll pick up,
it'll get, like, your back. Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
People. So that's a fun one. But, yeah. So, anyway. Oh, I have more to the story. Sorry, my can is crinkling. I got excited. Find my notes again. Okay. Okay, so the sound carries, I told you about hearing the singing. Skeptics can't explain everything. Visitors have recorded EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, catching voices and cries no one heard at the time. Others leave with scratches across their arms. Then I checked for scratches. Bruises I can't trust because I have lipedema, and so I bruise constantly. Yeah. But if I had like a series of 3 scratch marks down my arm, I would have been like, hello. History tells us the vaults were places of pain. Paranormal reports suggest that pain might still be there. But I felt safe when I was in there. I felt creepy, but felt safe. So takeaway. Whether you believe in whether you believe in spirits or not, Edinburgh's Underground tells a story, and we heard so many great stories. History through travel, learning history through travel, I think is just phenomenal. It's a story of poverty, of forgotten people, and of the city that grew above their suffering. So ghost stories, the reason I love ghost stories and ghost tours is it gives voice to those who might otherwise be lost in time. So much of the time we would hear stories about like the rich and the wealthy and the royal. I want to know about the everyday common person, and the ghost story tours always do that. So they remind us history isn't just dates and events, it's people. So the next time you hear a ghost story, ask yourself, is this just a tale to frighten me or make some money, or is it history refusing to be forgotten?
Yay! Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
That's a cool little adventure you had.
Next time, maybe we'll do another one. Next time it's my turn, but...
I want to go somewhere with you to like play with your apps. I think that would be really fun.
I do too, in theory. But I thought I would be all about it. And then I was like, wait a minute. I have to sleep in these places. If I did it somewhere where I didn't have to sleep.
You don't have to sleep there and then you can leave. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, even if it was like we slept during the day somewhere else and we went there at night with some other people who are trustworthy and strong, then yes.
Yeah.
But I don't want to sleep there.
I don't really have... I like the same thing you do. I like to know how people live. Like you said, you would want to go in that Costco. I want to know how people live in different parts of the world now and how they did way back then. The underground sounds miserable.
Yeah, and
miserable.
We don't have any... I mean, the United States has interesting history for sure, especially if you go into like pre-colonial times, right? Yeah. The indigenous peoples were everywhere, and their culture was vast and complex but intertwined, and languages, and we don't study that nearly enough. But even when you say American history, most people think of like from the time Columbus
the Mayflower people
came, and then the Mayflower,
and then so the witch trials, and then
and it's East Coast centered, and we're just a baby. That was 1800s is essentially when we started. So as a nation, right, we got our we cried out for the desperation for independence in 1776, but we didn't actually get it for quite a while. We had to fight a war first. So it's wild to go somewhere where the places you stay are older than your entire country.
That's so crazy.
Not the land, but the
actual building you're in. That's wild. Yeah. Like we have buildings here. They're all pretty new construction. I think the oldest I've been in something is maybe 100 years old. It's just wild to me to think that there's still buildings standing that are way older than that. They're not here though.
If we go to like
somewhere else,
Walla Walla, Washington, or even like Fort Nisqually, which isn't original anymore, but it used to be. If you go to Walla Walla, you could see like the Whitman, whatever home.
How old is that?
And which is a whole other ball of wax, so maybe we'll get into it at some point. But that's like I want to say 1800s. Early 1800s, maybe.
That's old,
and that is real old for around here. Yeah. It's just fascinating. Like Nope, I stayed in places that were twice that old.
How do they keep them maintained? I have a lot of questions. Like, how do they keep... You said there's no air
A
conditioning.
lot of the places are renovated. So, like, the shell is the same, like, the foundation is the same.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of... And then they renovate them, but in the style of the original, sort of.
Oh, neat. Okay. Yeah, because there'd have to be, like, earthquake-proofed. Like, you'd have to use the science
not necessarily.
and the information that we know now about keeping buildings safe.
Not necessarily over there.
Oh, wow.
But they also don't have... Like, Iceland, of course, has earthquakes.
Yeah.
But... And, I mean, the UK does, too. But not, like, to
Not
the
like we
where...
have.
The,
Yeah.
yeah, no. No. And... It is kind of remarkable that some of the things last as long as they did burn down. But this is the cemetery where she got a lot of her names from. So this was... Like, she got McGonagall and the Riddles. Okay, yeah, Thomas Riddle.
Wow.
Yeah. And... Like Mad-Eye Moody. Like Moody. McGonagall. And he was a poet and a tragedian. Or tragedian. And he knew he was a terrible poet. He was a terrible poet. But he capitalized on that. Like, he would bring his own rotten tomatoes for people to throw at him. He's
so
like,
funny.
I'm not going to be remembered for being a mediocre poet, but I will be remembered for being a terrible
bad
one.
poet.
Yep. So,
Marketing.
yeah.
It's marketing.
It is. Oh, this was the...
Shut the gate.
That was when we went on the tour. That's our tour guide. He was an interesting dude. Yeah, so we walked... This is the South Bridge. So this is that original. It used to be a bridge where that woman was taken across her dead body.
Did you get a lot of people who, like, pitied you when they knew you were American or
Not
heard
at
your
all.
accent? Now they were really nice about
Everybody
it. But
was
they know
cool.
what's going on with us
They
right
just,
now.
yeah, I asked a couple people about it, and they,
Yeah, so you talked to a couple people about it?
yeah, and they were just like, like, I think their perspective on it is, stay strong, don't lose your shit over it, but also, yeah, be vigilant. We saw what happened in Germany.
Yeah.
It's not your fault, like, but it will be your fault if you don't stand up against it.
Yeah, speak out. Where's the little Nessie pictures? I want to see the little statue.
Oh, there's several different ones. So that's, some of them interpret her as like a giant eel.
Mm-hmm. Like the worm, the Lagerflaugen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Loch Ness is enormous. Oh yeah, so we went to this Loch Ness, like the Institute of Loch Ness.
Uh-huh.
And the Loch Ness Center, that's it. It's in this old castle. And it is amazing. And they have, the whole thing is narrated by the guy who is the, oh my gosh, the TARDIS. What's that show?
Oh yeah, Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, the guy who's like the most recent
Scottish
doctor.
one. Yeah, okay.
So he's from that area. So he narrates the whole museum tour.
David Tennant?
Yes.
Cool.
And you go in, and they have this incredible, like, this is all like video, but it's made it look like a bar. And so, but the screens are not real people.
Oh wow, neat.
But they're talking to you like they are. And they have actual artifacts and things that people went down in and searched for Nessie in.
What?
Mm-hmm. And then they have this debate, and you have to like vote, and they tell you how your opinions stack up with other people. And I'm kind of at the thought of like, it's probably a log or logs, but I still like to believe in Nessie. That's the gift shop. But it's like this super cool. At the actual, I actually got to take a picture in front of, because we saw him there the first day, and I wish I would have asked him for a picture, but I didn't want to intrude, because I was like, I'm sure he gets asked that all the time, but I still should have asked.
Who was it?
The guy who runs the Loch Ness Research Center. He lives in this trailer. It is right on the beach where we swam the day before, and he sells these little Loch Ness Nessie figurines, and he has been there for like 30 years.
Wow.
Just doing different investigations and stuff.
Wow.
And like,
that's cool.
yeah, great trip, highly recommend. 10 out of 10, but well, maybe 9 out of 10. Like, AC, kind of bummer.
Yeah.
Packing the days from sun up to sundown, meh.
Kind of a bummer. Not having any alone quiet time.
No,
Bummer.
because I already requested a much different vibe for his senior trip. I think we'll
Yeah.
go to Italy, maybe Greece. And he's like, I want beach days. I want pool days.
Yeah,
and then
I
I
wanna
also
just
want to see
relax
some
and not
history.
have
And he's
to
like, I
go
don't want to be
anywhere.
gone for 3 weeks. I only want to be gone
Uh-huh.
for 2 weeks. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. We
Yeah.
can start planning that then.
So cool.
But that's all I got for now.
Thank you.
And I have presents,
Thank you.
more presents incoming.
Do you want me to drive you back to your house so that it's, you don't have to walk in the dark?
I think I can get there.
You wanna try
Just
one
don't
of
drive
these?
away until I
You
get
haven't had one of these at all?
I have not. No, I have not.
You gotta try one.
I did buy a miniature Stonehenge kit though, and I was there. I was like, I need to take a little tiny one home. Stonehenge is awesome. Like I thought it was gonna be cool. I didn't know how cool.
It's magical, right?
Okay.
Like in the show. You could have touched it and gone back in time.
Mm-hmm. We did go see some Karens where I did a TikTok
This is
video.
wonderful.
These are good,
Not
right?
too sweet.
Mm-mm. They're perfect.
It's a good lolly. Thank you.
You're so welcome. For those looking for a definitive answer, their best bet may be to turn to the Haribo packaging. The matter is resolved once and for all thanks to the product description, which reads, containing our popular fizzy cola bottles, sour cherries, dummies, and crocodiles.
I don't feel like they're answering the
Any
question.
of those. Yeah, no.
Some people think it's more of a pacifier than a key. Cola keys. Sour keys.
Candy keys. It translates to candy keys. Schnooperschlootels. Let's play it backwards and find out.
Where are they key-shaped? Where are they key-shaped? Why serve as a playful and memorable identifier, differentiating them from other gummy candies and evoking a sense of mystery or intrigue associated with opening a lock to a delicious flavor.
Dummy means pacifier. So when I said dummy,
Oh, that's so true.
so the Haribo website says it's meant to represent a pacifier referred to as a dummy for Brits.
Want one more?
Yes, please.
Class dismissed.
And don't open the door.
You got some editing to do, Mama.